this doesn't turn off again. There we go. Perfect. Now you can kind of see yourself. But yeah, that's the subject calibration. So now that you've done that, you're pretty much ready to go and see. Let's see if I can. Track selection. Cool. So now that should follow you around, so it's a little easier to see. But if you move your fingers around, you can see some pretty basic finger movement. Cool. Yeah, and we're not. So if you kind of like do this with your fingers, sort of like this, we should see red. Okay. Cover one of your hands with the other. Why are we not seeing missing markers? Okay, you can uncover them. So normally it should be, it might be a graphic. So I'm just going to put this. So start in an A pose, and then I'm going to hit start capture, and you're ready to go. And then just go over to that chair and sit down. And then maybe roll around in it. Just kind of push it around if you can. I don't know how easy it is now. See how the markers on the back aren't visible, but it's not causing a ton of shake or anything on the bones. And if you turn that off, if you turn off everything but the bones, you can actually see how well it's actually reacting. There's not any shaking.
It's really stable.
Yeah. Cool. And now you can stand up and then do an A pose again. I usually like to stop in an A pose, but it's not as necessary. And we hit start capture. And so now we've captured a take, and that's all you have to do.
Oh.
It says found A pose and awaiting accept. So all we have to do from here is just make sure that everything's labeling right. There's nothing, no weird swapped markers or anything, which all looks good. You want orange is going to always be on the left, blue is going to be on the right, and then yellow is always going to be in the center, and you just want to make sure those kind of match. All right, so then once you're ready to accept the A pose, you just hit accept A pose here, and then now it's going. Okay, can you? Yeah. So basically, there's a functionality where it should be showing us if a marker is going missing. It just doesn't seem to be working. Oh, it went off for a second. Anyway, so yeah, you're tracking now. And then, so in here too, you can see that when we did the A pose and the calibration, so when a marker can't be seen, see how it's turning red for a second? So that will show up if the markers are occluded, but you've got so much coverage in this space that it's having trouble getting occluded. But yeah, so that labeling cluster is now attached. Yeah, there we go. So once you go out of the space, it starts to turn red. And that's when you'll start to see kind of like shaking and stuff. But you're gonna have trouble getting it down to that amount in this space normally. But yeah, so that's all the subject setup. And then if we look at the system, and then you can actually use this tool up here to manipulate the prop and its orientation. So you could set, so what we did is when we initially created it, it was like back like this. So I made sure he was holding it with the blade forward so we could rotate it into place.
Can you do scale?
Nope, just rotation and translation.
So
you
how
have to make
to
sure
match
that
about the, all based on the markers, right? To match the scale.
Yeah, you'd have to probably capture it and match the scale, or figure out what the size is in real life, and then make sure that you model it to the real life version.
Okay.
Yeah. And so this only applies to props though too. So like the skin that this character that comes with Shogun, this isn't as easy to swap out.
Okay.
So this you would either have to do a retarget, which we have functionality for, or you'd have to skin a character to our specific bones. The retarget is definitely the best option.
Okay.
And we might have to do retargeting like a later point, or I know there's going to be a kind of long form tutorial video that's going to come out, but I'll give you guys the quick overview once we're done in Shogun Live. But yeah, so from here, the next step would be, oh yeah, let's actually, before we move on, let's do a capture with the sword. So go ahead and just place. Yeah, and then so one thing we did after, so after, all you have to do is you select the markers and then you hit prop, you just do create. And one thing